Do you know you're about to get KO'd? You're about to lose someone. Pelipper, down. Goodbye. Alright, we managed to hold on, so we can still be a first impression revenge killer. Slither Wing getting its first KO of the video. No, second. Already killed a Heatran. Slither Wing has been unstoppable in this live stream. This has been fantastic. Very new team. Opponent has a lot of Gen 9 Pokemon between the King Gambit, the Dondozo, the Baxcalibur, the Garganacl, and the Enamorus. Welcome to Paradox at the Top. My name is SeanBonJoviii, and this is a series where I'm going to be playing with all Paradox Pokemon. Today, we are going to be playing with Slither Wing, and it's really cool. We're doing like a choice band first impression set that you can see here. It's really awesome when we run into a Sun team and I get my Photosynthesis boost, which gives me an attack, because then Slither Wing pretty much gets a free KO on every single revenge, which is awesome. Yep, we got Double Dragons in the Roaring Moon and Dragapult, very fun. We also have Corviknight to help eat up the fairy types. We have Great Tusk, who's, you know, allowing us to deal with steel types really nicely. And then Ting-Lu, who's, you know, doing some phasing with Whirlwind, which is really good in this metagame because there's just boosters everywhere, and he sets up rocks, which is awesome. I've done a little bit of playtesting with this team on the main account, SeanBonJoviii, and it's been going pretty well. So I'm excited to see how this plays on stream. Hopefully we can get some wins. Alright, this is our second game. We had to edit out the first one because I wasn't logged into the right account. So if you're watching the live video, or if you're watching the like after, you know, once it's posted on YouTube, this is the first game for you. Enjoy it. Who are we looking to lead versus this Swift Swim team, but it's lacking the best Swift Swimmers on it. I don't see a Bleasel on here, which is a huge issue for him. He's probably gonna go straight into the Pelipper. I don't see a Shadow Ball resist, so we're just gonna go straight Dragapult and just start ripping Shadow Balls at whoever. I don't think Pelipper gets knockoff. I think he lost it coming into Gen 9. Ooh, forgot the Overquill is Dark type and it's Swift Swim. It's a huge L for us. I don't like our odds with our double ground team. 2 ground types on the team is a huge issue. We're very weak to the rain. We can do a good chunk of damage with Body Press. We do a good chunk of damage with U-Turn. What do I think he does? I think he goes into the Zapdos potentially. And we could try and double into maybe our Ting-Lu here. But if we miscall that, that's a huge, you know, advantageous position for them. But if we U-turn into a Zapdos, we risk getting staticked. And he does go into the Zapdos. And do we get staticked? We do get staticked. I called exactly that. So I'm going to go back into the Dragapult and just rip another Shadow Ball. And I'm just going to keep ripping them and hurting his team and doing as much chunks as I can. Because that's what Specs Dragapult does. He just wants to get on the field and click Shadow Ball as often as he possibly can. My Draco Meteor does have a 75% chance to KO. I really like those odds. Shadow Ball only doing 25. He does have lefties. I don't really know even what Hisuian Goodra does. Really? Let's do a DT on it. It is a special attacker. So we'll go Ting-Lu here. He's Sap Sipper, Shell Armor, Gooey. So he doesn't have the hydration like the original Goodra does. This is an opportunity to get up Stealth Rocks. His team is fairly Stealth Rock weak with the Zapdos and the Pelipper. I'm hoping that Pelipper is Damp Rock instead. So he could U-turn here. He could try and Surf here. He thinks it's a low ladder player. He probably thinks I'm going to switch. Nope, he called me. So I just Whirlwind here, bring the Goodra H back out. Let's go ahead and go for a Ruination. I think he switched before, maybe he'll try and switch again. Goes for the Body Press. I'm taking a ton of damage in this matchup. Doing 43% there. He goes for the Body Press. I could go back into the Pult. I could go into the Corviknight with the resistance. It's a physical Goodra, so Corviknight does have a decent matchup. Let's go Corv. And he sets up another Rain Dance. He'll probably go back into the Zapdos. I say we just do a repeat. Now that I've already been paralyzed, there's no harm in getting staticked. And so we can go back to Dragapult and go for more Shadow Balls, which are 2-hit KOing. The worst thing he can do to me is like Discharge or Thunder Wave and slow down my Dragapult. Because he is the fastest Pokemon on my team. Although it isn't really helping versus a Swift Swim team. Pretty much his whole team is slower than me. Unless he's got the rain up, then I'm totally outsped in the first place. We go for another Shadow Ball, doing 26%. What's he doing the first time? He's crunching. I go back into Corv here. He calls that, goes the Zapdos. I go Ting Lu here. He goes for the Hurricane, does 26%. It's likely to miss now. I'm gonna go ahead and Whirlwind. He goes for another Hurricane and manages to connect it. That's not good for me. I can go into the Roaring Moon, who has decent resistances, but I don't wanna lose that. Does anyone have a ability to OHKO here? Just Dragapult. But Angry Fish is really running out of opportunities to switch in on me, and then Dragapult's going to start doing a lot more damage. He goes into the Pelipper, takes the 25% from Rocks, Shadow Ball comes in, does a ton, Shadow Ball again, and now he's out of rain. I believe he did have a manual setter. Yeah, he's got a manual setter in the form of Goodra. He's just going to keep ripping crunches at me. I believe Slither Wing has really good resistances. Yeah, he has great resistances except if he gunk shots. That would be a big problem. Yeah, look, he's doing only 25%. Do we think he's... I do think he's a choice Overquill, so we're going to go ahead and U-turn. Oh my god, he's not choiced! Alright, we managed to hold on, so we can still be a first impression revenge killer. Slither Wing getting its first KO of the video. No, second. Already killed a Heatran. Putting in a ton of work. Now, who is my best switch in this situation? He's gonna have the Rain up. So I don't want him to go into like a Rain abusing Mon. I say we just gotta try and Roost. He goes Terra Ice. Ice Beam does 37%. Fully parried. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. He's still got hella turns of Rain. What's Slither Wing looking like? First impression's a KO. I say we go for it. $88, there we go. That's a KO. Golduck is down. He's got no Rain Abusers left. And my opponent ends up leaving the match. Do we get the forfeit W? Let's see. Very new team. Opponent has a lot of Gen 9 Pokemon between the King Gambit, the Dondozo, the Baxcalibur, the Garganacl, and the Enamorus. Only Pokemon from a previous generation is the Slowking Galar from Gen 8. So a very new Gen team. Teams like this typically like to lead like Slowking Galar, which is pretty logical to me. But I think, once again, Slither Wing actually matches up really well against the opponent. We can go ahead and just rip a close combat, or we can U-turn. Goes for the Icicle Spear, almost KOs me. We could go Baxcalibur into the Corviknight and just rip a straight body press. He tries to set a sub up, but I don't really care, because I'm just going to keep body pressing and do as much damage as you want. These things often carry Flamethrower, but I'm not really scared of that, as I'm going to go ahead into my Ting Lu. Do I want Rocks up in this matchup? Rocks are primarily for the Baxcalibur and the Enamorus, who are huge threats. I do want to limit how much the Enamorus can get on the field. He's going to go into the Baxcalibur with that Snow setup, but the Rocks are going to hurt it. He's going to go into the Enamorus instead. Okay, that does not have a great matchup versus me. I'm just going to Whirlwind it off the field. He goes for the Moonblast. It's not KOing because of my Vessel of Ruin ability. Dondozo's on the field. We can go into the Roaring Moon. No, we don't want to try and set up on this thing. We don't want to try and set up on this thing. What do we want to do? We need to comfortably get in front of it. Mirror Armor lowers his defense, so we can get a solid U-turn chip in here. We want to comfortably get in front of it with a big damage. So I'm going into the Corviknight to try and U-turn into something like my Dragapult. But honestly, we just need to get big damage on it somehow. That's our main goal here. Right? My Draco's 2-hit KOing. What's he clicking? Liquidation and likely Body Press. My Shadow Ball is also probably 2-hit KOing. I think we just start ripping Shadows. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're up 6-5 right now. Big W's. Garganacl hits the field. He's going to click Salt Cure for sure. We could go... Who doesn't mind the Salt Cure? Our Great Tusk isn't the best versus the Garg. Slither Wing can probably just OHKO with close combat, so we got to keep that alive. I don't hate Salt Cure, honestly. I can just, like, roost this damage off. Yeah, he's going to go for the protect. I don't care. Like, I can iron defense here. Do whatever I want. He's going to get up the rocks. I can spin those away with my Iron Tusk. Great Tusk. Iron Tusk. Bro, yeah, go into the Enamorous. See, that thing's so OP. We really got to limit how many turns that's going to be able to get on the field. So we're going to U-turn. Ooh, he's got Mystical Fire. I did not know that. If he's Scarfed, that's okay. Who does good here? What are the odds Shadow Ball's killing? Shadow Ball's probably killing, isn't it? Yeah, we can just rip the Shadow Ball and take the Enamorous. So we're still up. We're up 5 to 4, but I'm just not loving our odds here. We are getting put into like a really tough position. We go Great Tusk. I want to knock this thing off, prevent it from getting as much recovery. Maybe we can go... so he's going to protect here because that's the kind of player he is. Because that's all you people do. Oh, you just recover and you protect. Okay. I'm going to Ruination. Do 50%. That's a big amount of chip. And then Whirlwind you away. King Gambit's on the field. Who doesn't mind King Gambit? I don't mind King Gambit. I'm going to Earthquake here. Dondozo comes out. Do 17%. That's nice. How badly do I need this Ting Lu? He's not doing much more for us in this matchup. I'll just, like, do that. Okay. What is Roaring Moon doing to Dondozo? 9 to 7 hit KOing versus Dragapult's potential to 1-hit KO with the Draco. What's that Draco doing to Garg? Potential 1-hit KO. I think there's a chance he just gives us a Pokemon here. He does. He opts to just give us the Dondozo. And I think that's smart because, you know, as far as he's concerned, his Dragapult's gonna, or his Garganicle's gonna win this game. But I'm telling you right now, it's not winning the game for nobody. Now I'm gonna Rapid Spin away these rocks so that we can get Slither Wing back onto the field when the opportunity arises. So, go ahead and taunt here. Try and keep him from getting the rocks back up, keep him from protecting, keep him from recovering, and we'll just go for another Earthquake. Critical hit, doing 92%. He's in a bad position. Any Pokemon he puts on the field right now could potentially be lost to the Earthquake. King Gambit comes up. What is he doing to me? I don't think he has the ability to kill me with any kind of move. Even his Sucker Punch goes Fairy King Gambit. Very, very cool. What do we want to do here? Let's go into the Terra Flying. Or do we go Terra Bug? Ooh, we could have Terra Bugged and probably just start, like, seriously KOing with First Impressions. I think First Impression's gonna kill everything left on his team. Oh, he's just giving it to us already. He's just giving it to us. So he's wanting to sack his Slowking Galar to increase his Revenge of the Fallen Supreme Overlord ability. He's boosting its power right now, but he's just gonna die. So he goes for the Fairy Terra Blast. And now we just come in, clean up, Terra Bug, Choice Band, First Impression, KO. Slither Wing has been unstoppable in this live stream. This has been fantastic. Dude, honestly, I could just drop a Draco right away and just get a KO on your team. If my Draco Meteor connects, I get a kill. So let's do that. Do you know you're about to get KO'd? You're about to lose someone. Pelipper, down. Goodbye. Specs Dragapult is one of my favorite Pokemon in existence. That Draco Meteor just hits everyone so hard. I'm gonna go Great Tusk. Honestly, I think we knock off. The Terra Water Great Tusk could be huge in this matchup, but with that Hisuian Lilligant... No, I'm actually not worried about the Hisuian Lilligant yet. So long as I have my Slither Wing, I'm feeling fine about it. We could go for a setup with the Roaring Moon here. Oh, but we don't have Acrobatics. We're just Terra Flying, which is super uncomfortable typing in my opinion. Oof. Oof. Who's faster? Who's naturally faster? I think I'm naturally faster. And you are probably Hustle, which means if like I Terra, Flying, and a Roost here, I could be in really good position. Just trying to get you to miss. Goes to the Acrobatics instead. It's not Life Orb. I think we just rip a crunch and try and get some chip on this thing. Yeah, there we go. He goes for that. We go first impression and pick up a KO on someone. If he goes Torque Hole, we're going to get that boosted Photosynthesis attack boost. But instead, he just gives us the Lilligant. And that's fine. We didn't lose any of our essential Pokemon yet. Great Tusk is the essential Pokemon in this matchup. I'm going to go Ting Lu, and we're going to use this as an opportunity to start setting up our Stealth Rocks. Garganacl changed its typing to definitely a superior typing for this matchup. Flying Garganacl is much better than Rock, because the Rock is so weak to our Spot-like Pokemon who just wants to rip a close combat into that thing. He's going for the Iron Defense. That's not going to work for me. I'm going to go ahead and Ruination you, and you're going to be like, oh, I don't care. No, dude. I'm going to Whirlwind you away. Now you're a flying type, and you got to come out on Stealth Rocks. That's a huge problem for you. You go into the Cinderace. That's pretty good, but we can just Earthquake it. Honestly, we can Earthquake your entire team from here. How do you feel about that? I'm going to Whirlwind again and just keep cycling him off the field and making his Pokemon continually get chipped down. As long as he is not a Court Change Cinderace who can give us his Stealth Rocks, we're fine. Torkoal comes out, sets up the sun. That's great for us. I'm going to keep Whirlwinding this guy. I love Whirlwind as a move. It's punishment free. I'm basically just waiting for him. He's trying to yawn us while we're burned. It's clearly a low ladder opponent. Basically what I'm doing is cycling him through over the Stealth Rocks, making him continually get chipped down, and just waiting for him to outright KO my Ting Lu. Just like that. Allowing us to get a free switch in. Because what we can do is go into my Terra Water, Earthquaking, Great Tusk. I like the Terra Water here. We're going to go for a Taunt. That's great. That's really great. We'll go ahead and switch out back into the Dragapult. Back into the Corv, maybe? He's taunted. Yeah, let's go into the Corviknight. He gets Assault Cure on us. We U-turn. We're just trying to get a little chip on this thing so that Dragapult can come out and click Shadow Ball. Dragapult could easily come through and just sweep this team. Thank you for refreshing. See, we're just going to U-turn. And, what are the odds we can just come through and KO this whole team with Earthquakes right now? Let's go for it. Let's go. Let's go, Slither Wing. Come on, let's just start Earthquaking people. I just want to start Earthquaking through this team. Okay, so a lot of his team is faster. There is a chance he's going to be able to KO us, especially with the sun up. But we can break his... Yeah, so Cinderace comes out. I want to Earthquake again. I really do. But I can just go Great Tusk, honestly. We get the Photosynthesis boost. It becomes defense, strangely enough. And so we're going to Rapid Spin. He's going to Court Change the rocks over to me. He should have done that an hour ago. An hour ago. That's so good for his team. And we're just going to Earthquake. He could go into Garganacl, but I don't really care at this point. Like, it's completely over for our opponent. It's 4-2. This guy's a scrub. There's nothing he can do. Okay, the Garg is up. I'm just going to knock off. Critical hit. That's fairly lucky. Forgot I have to taunt this thing. Prevent him from doing that stuff. He tried to recover again. Whatever. His only attack is Salt Cure. Can I just KO this thing? Yeah, let's risk it for the biscuit. Go Dragapult and drop a Draco. Just drop it on his forehead and kill him. Dragapult's Draco Meteor is doing 64 to 75% damage to Garg. And oh my, that did 93% damage to the Slither Wing, just barely managing to hang on at the end there. We'll go into our Water Great Tusk, who it just cannot touch us, and we're going to go ahead and knock off. There we go. Take that. And now, out comes the Garg again. We're going to taunt him. And then what do we have to do? Like, the safe play, the really safe play, I think, is to just keep chipping him. But I don't like to play it safe over here, you know what I'm saying? And he just forfeits. He knows it's a waste of his time. I could just keep him having to Salt Cure us. He only had 20 uses of it left. And that's over. That's Paradox to the top, baby. Paradox to the top, week 2, ending at 1188 ELO. Thank you for coming. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate every one of you. Vote for who you want next week.